Hi everyone, welcome to this video on Profit Protector Pro. So today I thought I would just talk about why do you even need a repricer in the first place. So for those of you that are already experienced Amazon sellers, it's probably quite an obvious answer, but for anyone that's new or anyone that's thinking about getting a repricer but not sure if it will benefit them, hopefully this video will help make up your mind. So as your Amazon inventory grows over time, you could end up having hundreds, even possibly thousands of products listed on the Amazon marketplace. And as we all probably know, in order to win the buy box, that's the place on every Amazon product page where a seller can click buy now or add to basket, your price has to be competitive against the other sellers on the listing, as well as some other things such as your account health and excellent customer service if you're selling FBM. So price is a really major factor in winning the buy box. And if you've got hundreds or thousands of ASINs, how on earth are you going to manually reprice all of them? Well, you're probably not. So unless you want the price to sit at the same price sort of forever, with you occasionally going in and manually adjusting it yourself, you're probably not going to have much success. That's where a repricer comes into it. So a repricer is something that can automatically alter the price of your product on any listing in accordance with either rules or other things that you set it to. So in short, there are pretty much three types of repricers. The first one is manual repricing, and that's just when you reprice a product yourself. So you go onto the Amazon page and you will edit the price yourself. The second is a rule-based repricer. So these are more simplistic repricers. You probably see them going quite cheap. You might think, oh yeah, that's really great. But the problem with simplistic repricers is they are often just very, very basic. So they'll say things like penny under repricing. In fact, let's just have a look. We can go to strategies here and I will just show you a couple of basic, here we go, repricers. We've got things like match the buy box. So that means that a rule-based repricer will always set your price to whatever the buy box price is in an attempt to try to snatch it away from somebody else. Or you've got things like penny under the buy box. That's where a repricer will always set your product 1 penny under the buy box to try to grab it. You've got match low price. So that's literally just the repricer matching the lowest price on the listing. And sort of so on. There's a few more there. The problem with this type of repricer is that it's basically just a computer rule-based repricer, and that's it. So there's nothing clever about it. It literally does what it says on the tin, and it's not algorithmic. So it's not an intelligent repricer. It just does simple repricing, and that's that. Now, the problem with rule-based repricers is that they are quite limiting and they can get you into a sort of race to the bottom. That's where if other sellers are also using basic repricers, just imagine if you've got people trying to match the buy box all the time, or somebody's always penny under the buy box, you could have multiple sellers whose repricer is always set to this. And so the race to the bottom means that effectively the price of the product gets sort of squashed down and down, and leaving very minimal profit at all for the seller that actually ends up in the buy box. So even though you might end up in the buy box and get sales, at what cost? And the cost is the profit that you will make on that product. So the third type of repricer, and the one that we're most interested in, is an algorithmic repricer, such as Profit Protector Pro. Now, algorithmic repricers are highly intelligent, and these are the repricers that are going to get you the most benefit from your products being listed on Amazon. Where Profit Protector Pro really stands out against other repricers is its core aim. Now, its core aim is to get you into the buy box and then push up the sales price, generating you more profits. So it's all about maximizing the seller profits, as you can see here. And with the highly advanced algorithmic repricers, you as a seller can actually choose between what type of strategy that you actually want. So for example, if you want purely just sales and you're not really worried about profit at all, then you could choose something like this, the super aggressive dominator. If you want something a bit more 50-50, you might choose the cautious sales enhancer, and that's where Profit Protector Pro will try to get you good levels of sales and some good profit as well. And as you go further down, you can see that the profit is actually starting to outweigh the sales. So this is a focus more on profit rather than sales. And that will probably result in slightly slower sales, but it will gain you more profit, which is something that you might want depending on the type of product you're selling. So going back to why we actually want reprices in the first place, I've got an example here that I just want to have a quick look at. So this is a Monopoly game. What a classic. And interestingly, what we can see here is it's popular. Get rid of that. We've got 4.8 out of 5-star rating. So 87% have recommended it as a 5-star. It's got quite a lot of rating, so it's quite popular. It's selling for £14.99. And if we just scroll down here, we can see new and used 55 from £14.99, which is also explained here. Now, that's a lot of sellers. If we click onto this, we can see the breakdown of the 55 sellers here. So as we can see, there's another seller priced the same at £14.99, and then we're creeping into the £18, 19, 19, 19, 22, and it goes on a little bit like that. So the point of this is, if you're on a listing with this many sellers, so 55, how are you going to get into the buy box? So these sellers down here, for example, this £27 seller, they are probably not going to get the buy box anytime soon, and they will probably be relying on other sellers selling out. And when they do, perhaps there will be a few customers that pay this premium price, but it's probably quite unlikely. So, you know, if you didn't have a repricer and you just set your price at, say, £27 and just left it, you could be waiting a very, very long time for that product to sell. And if you've got such a large inventory, you probably won't go back and remember to change it or alter it. It's just very time consuming. And that's where a repricer such as Profit Protector Pro comes in really handy, because it will look at the buy box price, and depending on the strategies that you choose, it will work within your minimum and maximum inputs to get you in the buy box and push up the sales price and gain you the maximum profit possible. And remember, Profit Protector Pro isn't always just about getting you in the buy box and making you sales. It's about making you money above the buy box price, and that's where Profit Protector Pro really comes into its own. On your inventory tab in Profit Protector Pro, you'll see something here that is a 30-day Profit Protector boost. Now this is just a test account, so there's no data showing here, but on your seller account it would show you how much additional profit Profit Protector Pro has generated by selling above the buy box. And then this section here shows you the all-time Profit Protector boost. So no matter how long you've been using Profit Protector Pro, this will be the all-time sum of money, which you can see is £1,442 here. And that will vary between sellers, but it gives you a good idea of how much money Profit Protector Pro has gained you over the buy box. So it not only gets you in the buy box, which is what all repricers try and do, but Profit Protector Pro aims to increase the sales price once you're in that buy box and boost your profits and gain you the maximum profits that you can get on that product. And that's why it's a highly advanced algorithmic repricer, and definitely worth checking out to increase your overall sales.